And just like that, we are back, the Real Estate Radio Show featuring Chris Lofthus of the Chris Lofthus Group. Chris, I remember when you were talking about this. Again, I remind people, listen to this show. It's a trendsetter. Chris knows the things that work and the things that don't work as well. But you were talking about, hey, I want to create either a whisper or a secret list, something out there where people can, I don't know if tester the market's the right thing, but I want them to be able to just kind of look at it and see but at the same time without making this full-fledged commitment. Because one of the things I brought up to you, as soon as you put a sign in your yard, all your neighbors want to come and go through your yard and go, what are they selling that for? You've done just that. Share with the folks about the Lofthus Group secret list and new listing.
Did you just say the tester? The tester?
Hey, I'm testimonial.
Tester.
The tester things out. I do a mic tester before we start. You know, my son's name's Battery.
Right.
So I got Battery Tester. My daughter's Esther. So, kids pick on them, but so be it. So
yeah, you know what, Tim? Well, we were just talking with Tim before he left, and I love doing this show. I really do like doing this show. We talk about the secret list, and we talk about anything we just do. We have this great, and I want people to reach out to us and call me personally if you want. 514-5003 is my direct number. Or you can email us at contact us at clgeagle.com.
Now, you know why I'm giggling, because you return everybody's call but old tester. But Chris does. I mean, I think that's what's unique about, I mean, you're talking about you're one of the top, if not the, in my opinion, top realtor in the Treasure Valley, maybe even in the West. And you still make time, because I think people look at it and go, well, he's got Ned as his assistant and he's got this person. No. You want to reach out and touch these people because that's what you love to do.
Well, and that's why we talk about the secret list, or we talk about our new listings, or we talk about the promotion of it. The big thing we want to do, and the biggest thing is of saying, like Tim always says, we're the best. Well, fact of the matter is there's a lot of people out there that do what we do. We just do it better. And that's just my opinion. I think we have like we always talk about, plugging all the holes in the dam, and then the water flows over the top. And that's kind of what we do. And, and that's our whole goal, is to make sure that everything's taken care of. And when you talk about the secret list, it's huge. It's a really big deal, because the fact of the matter is you look at the inventory levels, just like, Tim was talking about, they're low. They're really low. And so when you look at that, how many I have, we must have probably 20 on the secret list. And so if you look at, if I am one realtor and I have 20 houses that I know about, you start adding up the other 3,000 realtors out there, it becomes a big number.
So I guess the part that our listeners, and I've had people ask me about it. So if it's a secret list, how do you access the secret list? So how would first I'd have to be hooked up with the Chris Lofthus Group, or how do I become part of the secret list?
Yeah, it's a work in progress for us. So, everything's got its quirks, but the best way is, I would say, just email, and you can even email Annette, or you can just contact us at clgeagle.com. And just reach out to us and tell us you want to be on the list. We're going to have a link on the website, basically, that's going to give you access to the list. Obviously, we're not going to put addresses on there, but we will put the size of the house, where it's located roughly, bedrooms, baths, the amenities that it has, so that you can say, hey, look, this one that you have here, I'd like to get in and take a look at it, and then we can kind of move forward from there.
So an example, and you've talked about Jerry's waiting list, in essence.
Sure.
You get a phone call, somebody from... I'll pick a town, Bend, Oregon. They're going to move here because they're going to work for Big Al's, and they say, hey, we're looking for a 4-bedroom home. Here's what we're looking for, the elements. You could actually say, well, we have that potential here. Let me call this particular person.
We've definitely done it. We've married people up that, and some of them never even hit the MLS, So that's kind of that's our goal anyway, when people look at it, because it's low. There's low inventory out there. So I don't want buyers to think that, hey, my house isn't out there. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to buy a new house. They want to just move into a house. Right. And so the fact of the matter is, if something's not out there, I want the buyers to understand, hey, call us, reach out to us, and we can, show you what we have, and something might work for you.
Well, and you made a great point about kids, young kids, and then I have old kids, teenagers, and it's hard, like Claudia says, they can't keep their room clean. How are we going to list our home?
Right.
Not wanting showings in general, because you got to keep the place clean. I mean, that's something you've got to do, take pictures. I mean, there's a whole list of things that you have people do. And then I think the friends and family, why are you selling your house? I'm just looking. Well, now
you'd be
it
surprised.
Avoids all that.
You'd be
Right.
surprised how many people are like that. That you go talk to them, they don't want their neighbors. They don't want open houses. They don't want people traipsing through their house. Which is fine. It is what it is. Just part of the business.
Well, it's a great piece Chris has. It's contact us at clgeagle.com. Go ahead and shoot him an email, and they'll get back with you and come out and take pictures or whatever's necessary. They'll help you with that. Now, you're telling me that new listings are starting, and I believe it's because of this show starting to pop up a little bit. You're getting a couple here and there. Tell our listeners what you're working on out there.
I talk about it. I always like to highlight our new listings on here as much as we possibly can. We have one on at it's right behind. It's in Eagle behind Starbucks there in a little townhome subdivision called Patty Row, and it's 292 East Connemara Lane. It's 1,900 square feet. Absolutely fantastic place, especially for the downsizer baby boomer. We have that one on at $279.
Whenever I go to that coffee shop, Starbucks, I always think, because there's a park there, they have art I go, wouldn't this be a great place to live? So that one's probably not going to stick around too long.
It isn't. I sold it last year, and my clients just have decided to make a decision, so we relisted it. They're staying in Eagle. They just they want a different change. Then we have another one that we're putting back on, 1071 West Oakhampton on the golf course in Banbury. We're putting that one back on. It's about 2,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. We'll put that on at $329. We've painted it, put all brand new carpet in the house, and so it looks fantastic. So that one's ready to go as well. And we like to talk about our subdivisions too. We talk about Wyndham. We've got 2 going in there. One's finished as of today, I believe, and we have another one finishing up on the 15th. And those are right in the middle of Meridian, right in the heart of Meridian, Cherry Lane, Meridian Road there. And we're at 1,200 square feet, 1,300 square feet in the 145 range. And so those are real nice houses as well. And I always like to mention the Waterfront District and what's going on down there. It's really exciting. We got 4 build jobs under construction as well down the river.
Yeah, and I think that was one of those pieces, again, you told people about. And, of course, now even you're looking back and said, I should have built houses all through there. But it's just a great place to be, as you had mentioned, whether it's kayaking, hiking, just being part of Idaho, that's a great place to live.
Well, it's location, and, like Tim mentioned on the second and third segment, what's really driving around here, and people need to understand, we talk about local news, what's really driving around here is what we have to offer. And that goes down to the people too, and the attitude of the people and their friendliness. There's so many things that Boise has to offer in such an easy, accessible way. We just discussed this the other day with another client of mine. I left the airport to go to San Diego on a business trip, and I flew out. I was 30 minutes before my flight took off. I walked right through security, walked on my plane, and left. I left my house, 45 minutes, an hour before we flew. When we left San Diego, I started asking around. I said, "Hey, how early should we be at the airport? What do you think?" And they said, "Well, it could be an hour and a half, or you could be 3 hours." We got to the airport. We waited in the security line for an hour and 45 minutes to get through security. So those are the type of things that people are trying to get away from. And so, do we have to go back down there? Do we have to visit and do those things, travel, of course, but for the most part, the ease of living here and just the great things that are going on, that's why people are making their move.
Oh, yeah, it's incredible. My office is right across at Sandler Training, right across from the freeway, literally 15 minutes before.
Right.
Now, I'm not checking any baggage or anything like that. And, of course, we want to be careful with the security. Yes, that we get the full security piece. But I think there's so much. I mean, we just look outside this weekend and all the things that are going on. And even over Memorial Day weekend, it was raining. Didn't matter. People were still out and about and working in their yards. And so we've established it's the greatest place in the world to live. But now when we start seeing the businesses pop up and you get phone calls, like you said, you got 2 people that reached out to you and said, "We're moving to Idaho. We need some help on finding a place."
Right, and that's right. And what ends up happening with, and we talk about naysayers, we talk about people that, love bad news. But the fact of the matter is we have great news going on right now. And like we talked about those national publications and the fantastic things that are being said about our community. I couldn't be happier. And like you said, I'm always talking about real estate, but that's what I do. So Anyway, if you want to reach out to us again, contact us at clgeagle.com. Annette, my assistant, she's awesome, and we have a great talented staff to help you as well.
Yeah, Annette actually puts the show online, so if you have somebody that missed a show or they said, I wanted to find that out, go to the chrislofthus.com website, and the number again, 350-6220, 350-6228. I think I said 6220, but it's 350-6220. Annette, thanks for putting the show together. As always, Chris, just love to see all the people you work with and know why you're so positive. Tim Bundgard, who's the president and CEO of Pioneer Title, and we'll be back here next Saturday, same time, same place. You have a great, I guess you got to go to work now, don't you?
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, go show a house or something. All right, Kim Commando is next. So long, everybody.